Okay, Libra, what is happening? All right, so we have the Three of Winter, which is kind of the card of heartache. We have the Three of Spring right in the center. And then we have the Seven of Winter, kind of as we kind of go into the end of this time frame. And we have the Queen of Spring under the deck. And right after that, we have the King of Spring. Then we have the Three of Summer, Two of Winter. Yeah, so it looks like there's some heartache. We have maybe three people involved here because we've got two threes here. We have a three over here, and then we have that Two of Winter, like kind of making a decision between two people. And we have these King and Queen, so two court cards. So whatever's going on with you, Libra, it looks like as you've kind of gone into this period, there has been a little bit of pain to your heart in love, regardless of whether you're coupled or single. And remember, the degree to which is going to vary based on your circumstances. For some people, it's going to be less so, and for others of you, you'll have experienced it and may experience it more. And with the Three of Spring, it's like you've had this heartache. You're kind of like, okay, I'm going to take action upon this and, you know, move along. But I need to kind of take a breather for a second and see where I'm at. Like, kind of get the lay of the land before you take action. And then that Seven of Winter can be a bit of sneakiness sometimes. Or I prefer to read it in the way of just being unclear what everyone's intentions are. Let me go ahead and get the rest of the cards drawn. It may be that you've had some heartache and then you're just like, you know what, see ya, I'm out of here. I don't even know. I don't even want to know all the details. I'm just out. For some of you, that may be how it's manifesting, but let me get some additional cards here, Libra. And with those two Queen of Spring and King of Spring under the deck right on top of each other, there could be some fire signs involved. Or at least one involved. Okay, the Reconciliation card. Ooh, just got a head rush. Flipped up. Retreat, codependency, and deception under the deck. So I think that this kind of goes with this. As I mentioned, kind of a sneakiness. Like, again, this deception card isn't always like, I'm trying to hurt you, therefore I'm going to be all sneaky. Although, of course, it can mean that. But I prefer to think of it as someone is just not revealing everything to you yet. And it could be you. Not because you have ill intent, or they do, but because they don't even know themselves in some ways. But with the Seven of Winter together with the Deception card, it has a stronger influence for me for someone maybe not being completely honest about their intentions. Maybe to themselves or just to another. All right, and that Reconciliation card, it could be that there was someone who came in from the past who hurt you. It could be that someone who came in from the past was with your partner, and that's what the pain was. Or it could just be an older pattern coming in, Libra, that you are being asked to look at. And it's kind of, for me, it's kind of in the past. Again, this is a relatively short period of time that we're talking about, Libra. So I don't feel like it's necessarily someone who's coming in, who's going to sweep you off your feet, that kind of energy. It's more like, I kind of feel like it's from the past, it's in the past. And this, you know, this makes sense for me too. The Retreat card, like, you know, you're kind of taking a pause before you take action. You've been hurt, but, you know, you're not devastated. You're not, you know, you're not pleased, possibly, but you're regrouping. And I kind of feel like this may be a little bit of energy for you, Libra, during this time period. Even if you're partnered, there may have been some hurts, and you're kind of just retreating a little bit, like, you know, I need some time to like figure out what happened with that. And then with the Seven of Winter, again, a little bit of lack of clarity going forward. We also have this codependency card. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So that may be what the heartache is about as well. Some sort of codependent relationship or codependency on a substance. Let me get one more card for you, Libra, from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I want to say, too, that with the King and Queen right there together, it could be that maybe your partner is gay and you didn't know it, or bisexual. So that kind of energy is also present here. But I feel like you would, this is something that you would have found out. So that'll be for a small number of you. And I do feel that this codependency issue has trailed this connection for a while, whatever it is. Or if you're not coupled, you may have a tendency towards codependent relationships, and that's kind of what you're looking at here. And you've been taking some time out to figure out why, because we see that this is kind of in kind of what we would kind of see like as a future position, near future. But she's looking back upon this time period, going, okay, I needed some time to kind of retreat a little bit because I'm trying to figure out what this pattern is, this pattern of codependency relationships that that I've had as codependent relationships, those types of relationships, maybe where you're just kind of unkind to one another and then you bounce back together and then you take turns being unkind to one another or something like that, And you don't want to do that again, and that's kind of why you're like, you know what, I'm leaving all that behind. See you later, codependent relationships. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to keep moving forward until I gain better clarity, is how it feels to me. Sorry, Libra, I'm just taking in the energies. I kind of feel like, in some ways, I want to say this, someone has been trying to tell you who they are, but you also haven't been, or you've been trying to tell someone else who you are, and the other person just wasn't available to hear it, to recognize it, to see it, to honor it. And either they were doing that for you or you for them, but there is, that saying that, people are always telling us who they are, it's just whether or not we listen. Okay, so then we have this 10 of Wands energy. And I like to see this for you in the area of physical intimacy because it is a 10. So it means that you'll be tipping into something new. And this is kind of an energy where it's like, there's been burdens, there's been troubles, and it's just, there's still like some physical connection there and passion, but it's just kind of tattered, like it's kind of in tatters a little bit here. And I think, and under the deck we have this, the Knave of Swords. Again, you really need to look each other in the eye. It goes with this energy here, this deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask, and again, they're not looking at each other in the eye, so it's about that kind of getting more clarity. This is kind of where you're at here. This is ruled by the moon. It's lunar energy. Things aren't really clear, and you're kind of like, you know what? I don't know what's going on. I'm out of here until I can get more clarity, and that's what you're trying to do here in the center, Libra. And then under the deck we have the Death card. So transformation. You are undergoing transformation in love for a reason, for your betterment, really. But it looks like there has been some problematic energies here. It'll be different for everybody and how it plays out, but you'll recognize the energies as they apply to your own particular unique set of circumstances in life. But let me get one more card for you, Libra, and then I'm going to close out your reading. I don't really, do I want to continue? All right, I'll do one more thing. I'll look at the energies around the 7 of Winter. And again, you know, for some of you, you may be hearing this and being like, well, none of this applies to me. But remember, if you're in partnership, especially if you're in partnership, it could be that your partner is experiencing this, or even your crush, someone that you have your sights on, but you know you're not actually with, because I'm picking up, you know, energies as well that are interconnected to you. So you may not actually be aware of them sometimes, how these energies are playing out, because they may be playing out with someone who is a possible love interest, but you just never got together. I've seen that as well, as it's come to light later. Okay, so we have 4 of Autumn here. Okay, another 3, yeah. Whenever I see 3s in a love reading, it's always like, Okay, so around this idea of maybe someone sneaking around or sneaking away or just trying to get clarity in some way, we have this 4 of Autumn, which is, for me, for you in a love reading right now, Libra, it's about, you know, someone not seeing themselves clearly. Here, you know, she's got this red gown on, she's, you know, rather opulently dressed, and then she looks in the mirror and she sees like this poor sort of servant girl. And I kind of feel like, you know, so there's this idea of, again, this false self mask, sneaking away, deception, you know, it's not everything is really clear for you during this time period. And then we have this 3 of Autumn, and so the outcome of this, all of this, is, you know, you go back to the drawing board in whatever way that means for you, and you just continue to work, hone your craft, hone who you are, fall even more deeply in love with yourself, Libra, as you experience everything in your life is an opportunity to experience more of yourself, reveal more of yourself to yourself, regardless of who's in it or who's not in it. You know, you're the most important person, right? You're the most important lover of you. And so all of the connections that we have and the circumstances we have, they're always these opportunities to kind of show ourselves who we are. And that's kind of what you're doing here. And it's really, actually really beautiful energy. And it's you can see it's inspired energy. And here you are digging, you know, I say digging even though he's not digging, but this is how it's coming out for me. For you, Libra, like you're digging into yourself more. You're like, okay, what else do I have in here in my heart, in my, you know, to reveal to myself? What other goodies can I reveal and show, first to myself and then to the world, through the, you know, because I'm that unique, beautiful soul that I am. And that's kind of what I feel like you're doing there. It's kind of it's like the pearl and the oyster is how this feels to me. Like it was really irritating, you know, and that's how the pearl is made. It starts as a speck of sand in the oyster, and then, you know, it's like irritating, and then it builds up from there into this beautiful pearl. And that's kind of what I feel like you're doing here. You are taking the best of the situation, whatever it is, and you are going to just shine it and craft it until it looks like something that you can relate to, and that is a pearl that you reveal from yourself, Libra. So in that sense, there's some really beautiful energies around that, even though the journey to it may be irritating and possibly painful here. Okay, I'm going to get one more card for you, Libra, and then I'm going to close out your reading. This is from the Magical Unicorns for the sign of Libra. And I feel like Libra, you know, you're ruled by Venus. You know, you love the beauty and the gracefulness of love. And I think for you, anything like this it just grates you. It's just like, it doesn't sit well with your pure heart, you know, the way that you love to be loved and to show love. And And so that can be very painful to your heart. But just know that these, you are continually showing the depth of you to yourself and all the layers of beauty that you have, not just in your physical beauty, but the thoughts that you think, and the way that you express yourself and the emotions that you feel. And you're always about refinement, I feel like, ruled by Venus. It's all about the details and the beauty of each and every moment, each and every situation. And because you're always seeking that balance, the beauty of balance. With the pain comes the joy, Libra. Exercise. I think someone else got this. Run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body. This will give you more energy and happiness. I think it may have been Aries. So this is a wonderful reminder for you because there's a lot of kind of stuff going on here. And the more that you can kind of be free and get into your body and do some exercise, it'll take you out of your mind. Because with that winter energy, it's kind of a lot of heavy on the thoughts as well. And continue to remember that, it's your body gives you strength to draw from. It's about that balance. Once again, I think this is really ultimately what the message is for you, Libra. It's like, the balance. You want the emotions and you want the physicality. You want the thoughts and you want the groundedness. So that's kind of what's going on here for you. But it is an important reminder to take good care of your body, and your body will take care of you.